Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Well, change of venue. It was funny because yesterday I got a comment on my vlog and somebody said, I don't understand like all of the different places that you can film in your house. Like, why do you have to sit in the bed if it's so uncomfortable? which, listen, Linda, is a really good question. But the problem is, first of all, lighting. And I don't really want to vlog with a ring light because it just seems so unnatural. I don't know. Second of all, I've like gotten so used to vlogging on the front porch. I just love it so much. And, you know, like to sit in the chair with the ring light or even to sit in the chair without the ring light, like that just seems real unnatural to me. The couch has a mirror behind it. So if I'm filming, then you are seeing the mirror, right? And then y'all know that we have this picture up here of this lady with the butt that I don't actually want to have like as my background to all the videos that I do. And so then there's this place to sit, but this chair is so hard to sit in, and like all of our chairs at our dining room table that I work on are so hard. So this isn't really a good chair. I could move the chairs around, but we don't really have any great chairs down here to sit in that are comfortable. I probably need to buy one. And so the bed is just in the most natural place. Plus, it's like, so, the lighting is pretty good up there. Who is texting me? Hold on a second. Oh, Caroline. So the lighting is pretty good in there. So I'm just like, okay, this is normal. So anyway, while I am vlogging today, I have a huge stack of mail that is like all junk mail that I need to go through. So I'm gonna go through the junk mail while we're talking today. I'm also rendering my drama video, which I just filmed about Jeffree Star, and when it's done, I am going to, and I was just doing cameos as well, and I'm going to start uploading it, and then, yeah, I'm going to vlog for about a half an hour or so, and then I'm going to go take a shower and get ready, because Alex and I have, little Boo Radley is right here. You guys want to see him? He is, like, so attention-seeking today. Hold on a second. Come here, honey. How are you? You want to say hello to all the people? He says, I want to say hello to all the people. What it is that I had the volume on the computer on, and whenever like it makes that noise, that bing noise, whenever somebody texts, he hates that sound. I don't know what it is, but it's always really scared him a lot. He doesn't like that sound, right? You don't like that sound, do you? So whenever I talk about like doing work, this is like where I sit. This is like my computer where I sit and do all kinds of stuff. So, oh, that lighting is not great. Hold on just a second. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. Okay. Which things do I need to leave? Okay. So I'm gonna look at these things here now. We'll show you some of these things. Last year for Christmas, I bought Alex some Bond number 9. So, Bond number 9, a refill on us. I don't know what that means. Holiday gifts and a free refill. Treat loved ones to the ultimate. We don't need to do any more Bond. I'm actually buying Alex a nice cologne this year for Christmas, but it's not going to be Bond. I'm not doing Bond again. He has this Bond and he has not gone through it. So, do you guys ever let your mail like really stack up? And then you have to kind of like go through it. AARP, dental insurance plan. Panera Bread. All these. I just like any kind of junk mail that we get, I just like put it over in this pile. Tommy Bahama. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. So this morning, oh, Corksicle. Hold on a second. This is actually what I'm drinking from right now. So this morning I got up. I was actually very worried because I was kind of afraid that I wasn't going to get up in time for my appointment because I stayed up. Nothing that I want. I stayed up way too late watching Manifest last night. And so I'm on the 13th episode, which is the last episode. So I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to get up this morning. And I was like, oh, I need to really get up this morning. So Jagger's Restaurant. Ooh, this Todd Snyder. I love this Todd Snyder stuff so much. He's a designer out of New York. Fortunately, his stuff doesn't really fit me that well. I think I found him because he did this. Oh, maybe I do want to save it. Hold on a second. He does this Peanuts stuff. He does these like hoodies that are like with the Peanuts gang on them, and I love them. But anyway, so I watched Manifest last night, and I stayed up way too late. And I'm gonna keep this. This has got some cute stuff in it. And so value pack coupons, I need to go over those. Okay. So I was like worried. I was like, I am not gonna get up for this doctor's appointment. And I had to be at the CAT scan at 10:15 to check in. 10:30 was my cat. That's the noise he can't stand. 10:30 was my CAT scan, but 10:15 was a check-in point, which meant that I needed to call for my Uber at like 9:30, which means I needed to get up at 8:45. And when I tell you that I was like in bed at like 5 something, Costco magazine, The Connection. So I was a little worried this morning that I was not going to. Oh, Meijer. Boo Radley, what did we get from the Meijer? Oh, look, it's like the wish book for toys and things, Boo Radley. What do you think? Anyway, yeah, I was really worried I wasn't going to get up, but I got up just fine. And Alex left like right before I did. I should probably keep that Home Depot catalog and look through it, but I'm not going to. Alex got up like right before I did and left for work. And then, sweetheart, you need to, what is it, honey? He's so nervous. And I got up and I got myself together. And then I think this is for Alex. Nope. And then I got myself together and got ready. And then another Bond number 9. Don't need that. And then I got my Uber. And you know what is so weird is that usually it takes me about, I would say on average, like when I look for an Uber, it takes like 18 minutes. Coupons for Wayfair? Say it ain't so. Another Bond number 9. Same one as before. It usually takes me like 18 minutes, 15 minutes, probably total 20 minutes to get an Uber to get here. And so I was kind of like, oh God, like how long is it gonna take an Uber? Oh, my video is ready, hold on a second. I was like, how long is it gonna take me to get an Uber here? You know, and I was like kind of worried about it this morning. You guys, it was here, it said 7 minutes. And then from my, hold on, where is this at? And then from my, okay, so I went and I had my CAT scan. The women are so sweet. They always remember me there. And they're like, oh, we just feel like we just saw you. And I was like, no, it's actually been like 2.5 months. They were so nice. And so I got in real quick. I checked in really quick. Or I checked in and then they got me in like right away. Like I just filled out the paperwork. You know how you have to fill out paperwork like every single time you go to these things. So I had just filled out the paperwork and then they called my name. And so, I need to reorder that. I get this recovery magazine. Just so you know, this is what it looks like. It comes in this plastic wrap. I'm sure all of my neighbors are like. So I need to reorder that because I'm out. So yeah, so I had a good appointment. It was like 5 minutes. I was in and out for the CAT scan. I was telling her it was like interesting, like when I first went for my very first CAT scan, I was like so nervous because I didn't know what to expect, and I thought that it was gonna be like an MRI. And I mean, CAT scan, you literally just go, I mean, it's less than 5 minutes. I closed my eyes, I was so tired. I like closed my eyes and I was like in and out. And she's like, okay, you're done. And then I just hopped down and then I was done. Oh my God, I got a Caddis catalog. I'm gonna save that. And then, so yeah, so got done with that, and then it was like, my appointment was at 10:30, and that was at like 10:40, I was done. And so, hold on just a second. And so I was like, well, yeah, it was like 10:40, and I was like, okay, should I go home, and I should upload videos and do videos now? Hey, you guys. And I was like, you know what? Like, I never Uber anywhere other than just like my appointments or Tanya's house or something like that. I was like, I am going to go to breakfast. And so I took myself to breakfast. And yeah, I went to, I swear if this is another one of those Monn ads, I'm gonna die. Oh no, Bath and Body Works. And so I took myself to breakfast, and yeah, it was really fun. I went to Big Bear Biscuit, which is where Caroline and I went last week. I've got all of my mail now figured out and what needs to be like thrown out and all that kind of stuff. So I went to Big Bear Biscuits, and then I had the same thing that I had the last week, which was the biscuits and gravy with the mushroom gravy. And it was so delicious. And then I had a side of skillet potatoes. I think if I would go back, I wouldn't get the side of skillet potatoes because it's like this huge bowl. Like, I put it up on my Instagram story again, and I actually showed it in my drama video. But like the skillet potatoes, I mean, I was like looking at it today and I was like, I bet there's like a good 2.5 potatoes, like cut up, and like this skillet potatoes. They're good, I mean, but they're just like, it's just basic potatoes. And I put some salt on them and ketchup, we say that in Indiana, ketchup. And, but it was just like whatever. I mean, it wasn't like, they're just fine skillet potatoes, you know? But I was so full after eating, because I ate all of my biscuits and gravy, and I got an orange juice, which was delicious. And I got a cup of coffee. They also like, a couple people like messaged me on, DM'd me on Instagram because I took a picture of their coffee menu. They have like this coffee, well, first of all, they have several different like mimosas and things like that are special. But then they have like 5 or 6 specific coffee drinks. They have like a lavender coffee drink that's like real special. They have like an orange coffee drink. They have this one that is like cinnamon and spices. It's like mixed up in this steamed coffee or the steamed milk that they put on top of it. They have all these different like coffee drinks. And I was asking the server, I was like, which one's your favorite? And it was called something like a creme brulee or something like that. But these are like non-alcoholic drinks. They're like just coffees. I was gonna get one to go, but I was so full by the time that I got out of there. So yeah, and then I called an Uber to go home from the restaurant, and the Uber was literally there in 2 minutes. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Like, when I like confirmed it, it was like 2 minutes away. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So morning to middle of the day must be the time to get the Ubers, I guess. I don't know. Right, Mr. Boo Radley? He says, Dad, he goes, what are you doing talking on this thing right here? This is where I do therapy, is right here. I sit and I Zoom, and he sometimes has to like, he stands here and he like just like puts his paws up on my leg and he wants to be picked up, don't you? He said, I don't know who you're talking to. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to your counselor? Not today, sweetheart. Well, tonight, Daddy and I have marriage counseling tonight. So yeah, so I'm gonna get off here, and then I'm gonna feed him, and then I am going to take a quick shower, and I'm just gonna throw on jeans and a hoodie. And then I am going to, say, I'm a gentle soul. You aren't you? You guys can see from that side, you can see his little lip and his tongue. And I'm gonna take a quick shower, and then I'm gonna call my Uber. So let me show you some things I have here, right here. So I keep these pens. These are all my pens and Sharpies and stuff that I use. And I keep them. Somebody gave this to me. I can't remember who, but I love it. I love anything clay like this. And I keep coffee beans in it. I can't remember where I saw this. It was like some, I don't know, it's like an Abercrombie or a Pottery Barn or something like that. But I keep the coffee beans in it because A, it smells good, and B, it is a good way for your pens to just stick in there, see? Feel free to steal that idea from me. And then, this is where I put my memory cards. These are little butter dishes that these are dishes that we had that I need to actually go through and get rid of. But these are like the little butter things that you have on the side where you put like a little, you know, thing of butter. And it's perfect for memory cards. Then this is where I keep Post-it notes. I actually did a video about this, I think, unboxing it. And then I just have Post-it notes here as well because I love Post-it notes. Right next to this, I keep 2 lip glosses. True story, I do. And then I was sent all of these really, really cool by Gigi and Boo is the brand. And I think it must have been, or Gigi and Bo. Gigi sent these to me, I think, on her shop. It's shopgigiandbo.etsy.com. And she sent me these wonderful bookmarks. And they're all like the characters from different horror movies. And so I have this one, Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs. So I have it up here and I haven't taken it out, but I was getting ready to start this book. Well, I thought I was going to start this book. So I was like, okay. Well, I'll put that in this book. And that's what I have. And then over here, I keep my hats right over here. When I come in, I take my hats off. And I have that hat. And I have this hat. I've been trying to kind of like wear this hat to get it to like fit my head. But for some reason, it's not like really wanting to fit my head. And I don't want to put it on the tighter one because the tighter one is like real tight. Well, not really, I guess, but does it look like it fits me? I don't know. It's like, okay, I love this tweed right here, but I feel like the tweed like sticks out or something. So I keep that stuff over here. And then, over here, underneath the hats, I keep my calendar book of appointments. It has all of my appointments in it. And then I keep all my doctor stuff that I need. And then underneath that, I keep the Lonely Doll. Sometimes I usually take it down to the basement. I don't usually keep it up here. But it's been up here for a while now, just sitting underneath all of that stuff. And that's my little organized area. Oh, I also have, well, I have reading glasses always up here. And then I have underneath all of this stuff. This came off of my ring light and I need to put it back on. But I also have this pad. I feel like somebody sent this to me. Hold on a second. And I don't know who it is, but I love this pad. And it says daily agenda. And then it has like times on the side. And I love that. And I actually use it quite a bit. So yeah, that's my life. And I made a cup of coffee before I left this morning and I'm still drinking it right now. And then tonight, I'm not really hungry. I might be by the time that we get done with our marriage counseling session. Our marriage counseling session is at 6 o'clock tonight, which is kind of late for us. It's usually at 5. So depending on how I feel when we get out of there, we might be hungry. I don't know. Alex may have eaten something at lunch, but I'm not like super hungry right now. And, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We have marriage counseling from 6 to 7, and then we'll probably come home. Well, we'll come home if we don't go eat. And, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. I want to watch some episodes of Manifest tonight. Oh, I know what I want to watch. Okay, so I don't know what got me thinking about this last night. I was thinking about like different movies to review. And I was thinking about like, I must have watched something triggered it for me to think about this. But do you guys know the movie? If you're sober, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It's called The Anonymous People. Okay. So it's this movie that came out like several years ago. And it's a documentary. And the whole movie is about addiction and recovery. I haven't seen it, so I'm speaking to something that I don't know anything about. By the way, just let me tell you that I bought these shoes on Huckberry is the brand, and they're called Easy Mocks, okay? And they're like, kind of like clogged mules, but they're like, don't buy them. I'm trying to kind of stretch them out now because I bought my size and they're like way too small for me. And you guys, these shoes, I'm like embarrassed to even say how much I spent on these shoes when they basically just look like Walmart moccasins. But they looked different online, and when they came, I was like, I mean, the brand is like a really nice brand, and they have like all kinds of stuff. They sell like sweaters and whatever. And this like Easy Mock is like one of their shoe brands, and they have them like in leather and stuff like that. But first of all, I don't like that the shoe is super narrow, first of all. Second of all, I just have to say, I'm just not thrown down by these shoes. I don't like them at all. And so I'm trying to stretch them out so that I can wear them. This was kind of what I was thinking about with like the UGG. This is another reason why I didn't want to buy the UGG shoes, because I had these in this box upstairs. So I started wearing them, and when I started wearing them, like the first time was I think like on Sunday. I wore them to brunch, and like my ankle is literally, or like my heel is literally coming off the end of the shoe. And I paid like, I should just send them back, but they are warm. But there's no like cozy fuzziness or anything inside of them either. They're just like literally like a leather moccasin. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. What was I saying now? Something about, well, I wasn't talking about shoes, I know that. Oh, so this movie, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So somehow I was thinking about it last night. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so I was doing my, follow this train of thought, okay? This is gonna sound crazy. I was doing my 10-step inventory last night. Well, on my 10-step inventory, my daily inventory, which is an app on my phone that I do, obviously you don't have to do it that way, but that's how I do it. It just kind of keeps me in check. And then I read the 11th-step prayer. So when I was doing it, the background of it is one of the founders of the 12-step program that I'm in. And so I was looking at this picture of him, and I was like, there's like several movies about him. But like, I couldn't remember the last time that I had like ever heard him. Like, I don't remember. I know I must have, and I know I have, but I don't remember like hearing him speak or tell his story or anything like that, right? Like, there has to be a lead of him out there somewhere. So I was getting ready to start looking that up. And when I did, I typed in something about, anyway, recovery, something. And when I did, something about this Anonymous movie came up. So it's called The Anonymous People, okay? And it's a documentary. It came out like 5 or 6 years ago. And it is basically about the disease of addiction. And I was kind of surprised at the statistic that they quoted in there, that there are 25 million people in the world that are in long-term sobriety. And basically the idea is, if they could tap into this resource of these 25 million people sharing their stories and talking about what kept them sober for long-term sobriety, if you could tap into that, then you could solve the disease of addiction. And yet there's still this stigma, and people want to fight talking about if it's a disease or if it's not a disease. And, you know, people want to like have all these crazy discussions about it, when really the discussion that we should be having is, A, you know, like, how are we going to keep people alive? And B, like, what is the commonality between these people that are having you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of sobriety, like, how are they staying sober those years? And so when I was watching the trailer for it, I was like, wow, like, I mean, obviously, like, you think that way being in recovery, but, like, you don't think that way, if that makes sense, you know? And so I was thinking about it, and I was, like, watching the trailer, and I was like, I think I'm going to watch this and do, like, a review on it and see what I think about it. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I don't know if you guys, some of you out there have probably seen it. It's a pretty famous movie. Like, I remember when it came out, like, a lot of my friends in recovery were like, have you seen this movie, the Anonymous people? Like, and they were all saying it was, like, really, really good. And that it's a lot of people telling their stories, and it's a lot of people, like, talking about sobriety and all this kind of stuff. Oh my God, look at that. My video is already uploaded. I can't even believe it. And all of these people sharing their stories and talking about this and talking about that. So, yeah. Pretty interesting. I'm going to watch that. And then I'm going to watch Manifest. And then I'm also going to watch, let's get in here. Oh, you guys, this is so dumb. So, the other morning, was it the other morning? Or where was it? Maybe it was when Alex and I were going to the wedding. I can't remember. But we were listening to this podcast that Kristen Cavallari and Steven from Laguna Beach have together. Do you guys know about this podcast? Okay. And they interviewed Lauren Conrad, LC, from Laguna Beach about the show Laguna Beach. Because it just came back out on Netflix not too long ago. And so they're like rewatching it and they're like commenting on it and whatever. I watched Laguna Beach when Laguna Beach first came out. When did it first come out? Hold on a second. Does it say? 2005 is when it first came out. Let's see. Hold on a second. So I watched Laguna Beach when it first came out, and I have to say that at that time, I just kind of thought they were a bunch of bitchy, whiny kids. And I feel like maybe my ex and I watched it together or something. I don't know. But I can remember I really didn't like Kristen Cavallari. I like her now, but I really didn't like her watching her on the show. So the other night, I was like eating some leftover pizza, and I just wanted something that was like half an hour to watch. And each episode of these is like 20 minutes. They're shot so bad. I mean, it's like literally one of the very first reality shows, you know, that like of this kind of like idea. And so apparently so much of it was fake, and they were like saying things that then they put in like they did voiceovers, and like they were talking about like all of that. So I don't know, like none of it was really that real apparently. But, so I watched these, you guys, so I've now watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Laguna Beach. I'm like, what is wrong with me? It's like Melissa and I were talking the other day about how we watch like all this bad television, you know, all this like reality. Like Melissa, like Jason said, like if he comes home, like you can be for sure that like, that the television is tuned in to something like some horrendous like Bachelor in Paradise of Love on the Beach or something like that. Like that's all that Melissa watches. It's all she watches. And back in the day, she and Jason and myself, we would talk about Glee because we all loved Glee so much. But now Glee is over, and they don't watch American Horror Story. Jason doesn't really watch a whole lot of TV. He watches a lot of sports, but he doesn't watch like a lot of television shows. So anyway, so yeah, so she's, I don't know what she's watching, but, so yeah, I started watching Laguna Beach. It's so bad, you guys. Like, it's really bad. And like I was telling Alex last night, because like Alex watched The Hills and he loved The Hills, and when they did the Hills reboot like a year ago, he started watching, Alex loves everything about The Hills. And so he started watching The Hills reboot, like when it came back out. But he didn't watch Laguna Beach. I'm sure he will. I can't believe he hasn't watched it and binged it already because he loved The Hills. And so I was actually like Google searching while I was watching it. I was like looking up where everybody is today. Because a lot of the people that are on there, like they didn't go on to do anything like really famous or anything like in reality television. But I did think it's interesting when you think about like Lauren Conrad and like Kristen Cavallari. Like they're in these reality television shows and they're like juniors and seniors in high school. And then basically their entire life career is already set for them in stone because of a reality show that they did when they were in high school. Like that's crazy if you think about it, you know? It stopped. So anyway, and I do need to get off here in just a couple minutes because I need to get ready. So yeah, I was watching it and I was telling Alex last night, I was like, basically it's like every 5 minutes, it's like Kristen or Lauren saying, I just don't want to be here. Like, I just totally don't want to be here right now. Like they're at a party and it's like, one of them's like, I don't want to be here. Like, I really don't want to be here right now. And then they're just like looking around and then they leave. And then they're like at a bonfire and like one of them's like, yeah, I really don't want to be here right now. Like I totally don't want to be here. And then they like look around and then they leave. Like that's all it is. I didn't realize, like if you had asked me like what Laguna Beach was about, like if you had asked me and I didn't start watching it about, I didn't realize that it was two girls that are completely thirsty for a guy that was totally playing them. Like this guy Steven is totally playing them, both of them, right? And I had kind of forgotten that it was about that. And if you had asked me, I would have been like, oh, it's about a day in the life of Lauren Conrad, because she was really like the go-to star that kind of came out of it, I think. Anyway, I don't remember season 2 of Laguna Beach. I don't know if I watched season 2. I may have just watched season 1. I probably at the time was like, this is so bad, why am I watching it? You know what I mean? But anyway. Oh, you guys, it's still so cold outside. I'm actually ordering a new coat. I can't find anything at North Face that I like. So I'm actually going to order this coat from UGG that I really, really like. Here, I will show it to you. It's this Cairo faux fur coat. I don't know if you can see it, but I really like it. It's expensive, but it's gonna be kind of like my go-to like coat this winter. My other coat is like over here, but I've shown that in videos before, so. All right, you guys, listen, I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna start rendering this vlog so that it gets up, and then I'm gonna get ready for my therapy appointment. So anyway, normalize feeling good, normalize therapy if you can go and you wanna go. And yeah, so anyway, thank you for hanging out with me today while I was getting some stuff done, and it was fun. And yeah, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Monday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And let's see, remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And I love you guys. And make sure that you do that, because it could really be putting a smile on somebody's face. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for watching. That made no sense. Thank you for reaching out to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and I love you guys. So corny. And I will see you. The thing puts lotion in the basket. Oh, that wasn't him, actually. Anyway, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.